testing him and preparing him for the likes of Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, Moses is special. There is absolutely no doubt about it. But at the same time, he may go in there and get absolutely schooled by Oleksandr Usyk, or he might knock him out.
Past the level of British level. So obviously, I'm going on to the European world level, but the European world level fighters are holding too much value to fight a young guy like me, because obviously it could be a career-ending loss. But then obviously the guys who's got the belts, Fabio Wardley and Usyk, I mean, they've earned the right to.
Because we don't know what Oleksandr Usyk's going to do with those, and they will become vacant, some of these titles. It could be a world title, possibly even next. Me and Simon were talking about Frank Sanchez, obviously being a possible opponent as well. Would you put him in for a world title if that opportunity come up next?
Well, I think the WBO are going to order him to fight, to be their mandatory.
I think he's just been mandatory, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think they will order a mandatory soon, because I think that's due. Then you've got as you say, you've got the WBA. There are many.
Always leave it over to the fighter and the trainer predominantly, right? The trainer's job is to really tell me if they truly believe he's ready. I mean, Ben Davison is, I was joking with him at the weekend about being a little bit protective of his fighters. He's not. He gets it right. But he knows Usyk knowing Ben Davison, he would want, ideally, Moses to go in with Usyk now. Can he beat him? I'm sure they believe he can, but you want to go in there when you're ready. And like you said, he's never been past 4 rounds. So what happens against Usyk, who tires everybody out, once you get 7, 8, 9 rounds deep?
But I feel like in this boxing game, there's always going to be people saying something, and obviously Usyk had to say something to you guys, and he's not exactly going to come on a camera and say, nah, I don't want to potentially put my career at risk because of a 21-year-old that's coming through the ranks. So obviously he has to say something, but I don't think that people believed it, and if they did, then I guess
probably wouldn't be ideal to. It's not perfect timing, but at the same time, I do think Moses is the person with the most amount of chance to him
too. Not better Biev as much, but Bivol fights a little bit that way, but this is with power and speed. Bivol has a bit more volume and grace to his, but Itauma has devastation and electricity behind his left hand, and then that right hook sweeps across and hits you right on top of the head. To see that in a heavyweight is so special, and this is why I call Moses Itauma.
It's okay, fun fight, no problem, but I want a next fight with who winner, Daniel Dubois and maybe Wardley.
Eddie Hearn just destroyed the biggest hype in heavyweight boxing, and his reaction to Moses Itauma's claim that he can knock out Oleksandr Usyk in round 1? Absolutely savage.
And the reason I think that he'll do that, Oleksandr Usyk, is because Usyk is that guy he'll want to go down as not just one of the greatest to ever do it, but the greatest to ever do it. And I think that by beating the young kid that everybody's talking about as being the next king of this new generation, by doing that, if he beats Moses Itauma, his record is unprecedented.
Hearn didn't hold back. He's basically saying Itama is all talk and zero substance at elite level. Easy to make bold claims outside the ring, but stepping in with an undisputed champion, that's a completely different reality.
Fight now. Styles make fights. He's got youth, he's got speed, and Alex is a great fighter. I think this young man is something extra special.
But here's where it gets interesting. Hearn says Itauma isn't ready for Usyk's level. Never been past 4 rounds. Against a relentless machine like Usyk, his gas tank could be a serious problem.
It was pretty much said the other day. I found it strange that Fabio was on the show to some extent, because he was being put questions about how wonderful Moses was. Well, he's the incumbent heavyweight champ, but he was there and he was asked about this, and his attitude was, he's a stablemate. I don't see me fighting Moses anytime in my near future, and the only time I would fight him is if I've got 2 belts and he's got 2 belts. How do you square that circle if that's the situation?
Now listen to Itauma's response. He's dismissing all the outside noise, saying people are misreading Usyk's comments. claims Usyk would never admit to avoiding a dangerous 21-year-old. That's some serious confidence right there.
Yes, he's the heir to Oleksandr Usyk's throne. He's this, that. And I'm here to say, yeah, I think he is all that. And it's not just me, I think the majority of people actually do think that. Moses Itauma gets a lot of hype, yes, but it's warranted.
Here's the kicker, though. Ben Davison gives a balanced take but drops this bombshell. Among all current contenders, Itauma has the strongest chance to actually beat Usyk. Size, speed, and skill combined.
And the heavyweight is so special. And this is why I call Moses Itauma a hybrid. And I said this on the Ring Show, what Oleksandr Usyk is able to use to his advantage at heavyweight, no one else really has. He's a smaller heavyweight. In this era, we are in the era of the super heavyweight. All the heavyweights being like 250 plus at like 6'5". They're monsters. And oddly enough, Usyk uses it to his advantage. He uses it to expose the lack of footwork, fundamentals, technique, speed, and otherwise of the bigger, heavier, powerful guys. But Moses Itauma is that hybrid, where he's 240 pounds, 6 foot plus, but he's just as fast as an Oleksandr Usyk, maybe faster. Actually, no, not maybe, is faster. He possesses all the same skills of a cruiserweight Oleksandr Usyk, but moves like, some of these middleweights at heavyweight. We haven't seen a guy like him in a very long time, right? That size, that speed, that agility with that technique, that footwork. Again, the last guy it reminds you of is Oleksandr Usyk, but he's not even a true heavyweight. Itauma is,
Wade Plemons breaks down exactly why Itauma is different. Raw power and explosive speed that stands out in the entire heavyweight division. His left hand and sweeping right hook bring devastation. He's like a lighter weight fighter with heavyweight strength.
Usyk, that boy for going to the water for 10 minutes, he work on his stamina so he can hop around the ring and do what he do for 12 rounds, right? And turn that shit up if he want to, anytime he want, so he different. But he ain't ready for no Usyk, but shit, I know Usyk ain't finna step up and be like, let me fight the young.
And get this, Usyk himself shows respect, saying he has no interest in fighting Itauma right now. He's protecting the young prospect, not wanting to damage his career too early. When a champion who fears no one shows caution, that tells you everything.
He's unbelievable. The only thing that I worry about with Moses is the size. But ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Oleksandr Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Oleksandr Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent. I think
Spencer Oliver flips the script completely. He argues beating Itauma would elevate Usyk's legacy even further. Taking out the young next king wouldn't just be another win. It would be a defining career moment.
Will want to fight Moses if he's 40 already. So maybe the clock is ticking. The clock is clicking. The clock is ticking for Moses to fight Usyk before he's 40. Maybe as well, he won't want to ruin his legacy, but maybe if Turki Al-Sheikh, who wants to see the fight, put up enough money, maybe he will fight him, and maybe the legacy will be ruined. But maybe if he fights him before...
Frank Warren is confident he can make this fight happen. He's calling Itauma something extra special while still praising Usyk as a great champion. But Warren believes styles make fights, and youth plus speed could be key advantages.
He's a fighter, he's a winner, he's got plenty of ambition, and he truly believes that he can go in there and beat any man in the world right now, and that includes Oleksandr Usyk. Do I personally think it's too soon? Yes, I do. Usyk's he's a different breed, he's a different fighter. Yes, he's getting older.
Hold up, did you catch what Itauma said about boxing politics? Top fighters avoid risky young prospects because of career-changing losses. He admits champions have earned the right to choose their fights, but there's calm confidence there.
Who looks absolutely extraordinary, and for me he ticks all the boxes. I like his attitude, I like his style, southpaw, hard-hitting, moves so well. He's going to be very, very difficult to sort of deter. So it's an interesting one because, is this too soon for Moses, or is this just the right fight at the right time?
Liam Goh strongly supports the hype, calling Itauma the potential heir to Usyk's throne. Most of the hype is actually justified due to his early development and elite sparring from a young age. That background separates him from typical prospects.
On the back end, because he didn't. He said the kid is good. This did happen, and I saw this shot. I'm like, oh, that's.
But Tim Bradley brings everyone back to earth. Itama still isn't ready for Usyk's level of experience and 12-round endurance. Bradley doubts Usyk would even accept such a fight right now. Too early despite all the hype.
When you get one, and it's not legal, but so we're the ones that are making an issue about, or bringing up the subject about being hit on the.
So here's the reality. Everyone agrees Itama is special, but the timing debate is splitting the boxing world. Is he the future heavyweight king being protected, or a young prospect getting rushed into deep waters too soon? The financial demand could force this fight regardless of readiness. Drop your prediction in the comments. Does Itama shock the world or get a reality check? Smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes. Subscribe for more boxing breakdowns, and hit the bell because this heavyweight division is about to explode. See you next time.
They know before anybody else what they've got left in the tank. And some stay there because there's always another payday. There's always another payday. And I hope that people, I just hope that whatever happens, that, as I say, they come out safe and that's it. But if they're going to carry on, as long as they're fit and well and mentally on.
26 rounds in his career. And so you needed a bit more of, all right, let's get later into the fight. Let's see what he does as he gets tired. Can he hold the same composure? Will he start to wither as the rounds go on? And honestly, if I'm grading his performance in this fight, I'm going to say A or A minus solely because of very small things that I'm going to nitpick. But outside of that, this was a fantastic performance for Itauma. And I expected it.
When have we not had a good Magnificent Seven? They're always good quality nights. We had Dublin was the same, wasn't it? Great night. Germany, great night, great crowd and everything. That's our start to the year. Unfortunately, we lost 2 dates for injuries.